All right, in today's explainer, we are diving deep into a pretty profound metamorphosis. We're talking about a journey from, well, passive servitude all the way to sovereign creation. And this whole thing is embodied by two incredible archetypes, the messenger and the judge.
So let's kick things off with this quote right here. It really sets the stage for everything. The idea is simple but powerful, right? Before you can ever break free, you've got to first see the shackles that are holding you back. Honestly, this one concept is the absolute key to the entire transformation we're about to get into.
Okay, so to really get this journey, we have to start at the beginning. We need to explore the world where it all kicks off, and it's not a place of vibrant life. Think more like elegant decay.
So this starting point is called the celestial mausoleum, and what a stunning metaphor that is, right? It's talking about a reality that's just built on endless, soul-crushing repetition instead of actual growth. This whole system is held together by something called a liturgy of error, where your own individual spark, your vitality, just gets smothered. And get this, even the stars, which you'd think are symbols of hope, they become the bars on a prison cage.
And here's what's so tricky about this whole setup. It disguises control as care. You've got this protector who offers you safety and comfort. But what's the catch? Total obedience. That very shield that's supposedly keeping you safe, it's also boxing you in. It's stopping that messy, chaotic, but absolutely vital energy you need to actually evolve. And that's the bottom line. A soul that chooses comfort over everything else has already given up its power.
So who actually lives in this gilded cage? Well, let's meet our first archetype. This is the being that exists before the big transformation happens. This figure is known as the Pale Rider, and that name, it just perfectly nails their role, doesn't it? They're a passive instrument, a quiet servant to an order that's already decaying and completely hollow. Yeah, this being isn't acting on its own will at all. Its only purpose is to keep the system going, to basically serve the end of everything. It's in this state of nothingness, just endlessly polishing the Great Wall of Glass. And what a perfect metaphor that is for a single, smooth, unchanging, officially approved version of reality. But here's the thing. That polished, perfect surface, it's not unbreakable. Something is coming. A catalyst arrives, and it's an event so violent it doesn't just crack the foundation, it shatters it completely. And the change starts with a sound, the sonic screech of the sapphire demiurge. Can you imagine? It's this vibration so intense, it literally acts like a solvent, just dissolving all the old programming. It's a cleansing sound that washes away a destiny that was forced on you, not one you ever chose for yourself. So this sequence right here, it lays out the stages of this rebellion perfectly. First, you have the purging sound. Then comes the weapon, a gavel scythe, which is forged from the silence of a dead star. How cool is that? And that's what's used to just detonate the Great Wall of Glass. And out of all that wreckage, out of that old gray world, something new starts to bleed through, a primal green vitality.
Now, it's really important to get this. This isn't just destruction for the sake of it. No way. The source material calls this active nihilism. It's the deliberate destruction of that one, single, restrictive truth, all to set free the potential, that state of becoming, that was trapped underneath the whole time. Okay, so what comes out of the ashes of this shattered world? Let's meet our second archetype, the end result of this violent, incredible transformation.
The servant, the Pale Rider, is gone. They're reborn as the Crimson Judge. I mean, the name itself just screams a shift from being passive to being an active authority. This being is literally active nihilism given flesh. And the judge's whole job is completely different. It performs the Crimson Audit, and in this audit it throws away the old ideas of morality. Instead, it weighs souls on a totally new scale, their vital intensity, their drive, their will to power. And its verdict? It purges mediocrity. It clears the path for something new by actively pushing out everything that's already failing.
So this new sovereign mind, it has a whole new set of tools. We're not talking about polishing glass anymore. This is about rewriting reality itself.
Okay, first up is the rune of non-correspondence. Think of it like a metaphysical delete key for history and all the fixed laws of the universe. It makes reality totally fluid. An object's nature isn't defined by what it was, but by the sheer will of the judge. It's a power so complete that a sword can literally become a song.
The second tool is the rune of the vertical ascent. And this one is all about reorienting the self. It shatters that desire for horizontal comfort, that safe, stagnant life back in the mausoleum. Instead, it forces the spirit upward, toward the difficult, even terrifying path of becoming something more.
And finally, we have the rune of the infinite schism. This one actually embraces chaos. It shatters reality into 1,000 contradictory mirrors. Now, for anyone else, this would be total madness, right? But for the judge, those fragments become weapons. They become sources of incredible power.
So when you put it all together, this entire journey is a complete shift in being. It's a transformation from being defined as nothing to being the one who defines everything.
And this table just lays it all out so clearly. Look at the shift here. Every single category, title, color, tool, philosophy, even the end goal, it's a complete polar opposite. You're seeing a total inversion, from passive servitude to active, destructive creation, from a dead end to a state of perpetual becoming.
And why does this matter? Because it takes this whole abstract journey and reframes it as a set of real philosophical choices. It's about shifting your whole mindset, right? It's about going from seeking safety to embracing the abyss as a form of freedom, from relying on those protectors who are really jailers to exercising your own will to power, and from polishing that one great wall of glass to using the shattered pieces of reality as your new weapons.
Which brings us to the final and maybe most important takeaway. This entire metamorphosis, this whole journey, it all hinges on destroying some kind of boundary, one that's either self-imposed or put there by others. So we'll leave you with this question to think about. To start your own path to sovereignty, what great wall of glass do you need to shatter?